Another crazy week 4 in the books.
Over and done with.
Hey, how's everybody doing? Before we get started, I just wanted to touch real quick the events that just happened in Las Vegas with the shooting. Before we get into our fantasy football fun, we just want to take a minute to give everybody our thoughts and prayers out there.
Yes.
With everybody in Vegas. Hate to see things happen like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that puts everything into perspective. I mean, here we are talking about a game and stuff like that going on in the world. There's just no place for it.
Yeah, indeed. So
no place for it. But our thoughts and prayers do go out to everybody involved in Vegas. We're praying for you, and we'll move on. But just hate to see things like that happen.
Yes, indeed. God bless.
Absolutely. Well, I guess this was the week of injuries.
Yeah, man. It was pretty rough. I mean,
big name injuries, not just a bunch of no name guys. People get hurt every week.
Yeah.
These are people that everybody knows.
Exactly.
Some of us know more than others.
Well, yeah, quite a bit. But I'm kind of used to it now.
Just get used to it.
Just roll with the flow. Go with the flow. But hey, it is what it is.
That's right. This is the start of the Mitch Trubisky era.
Yeah.
Just came out this morning on Monday morning that Mitch Trubisky will get the start for the Bears this week.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say he's Deshaun Watson as a rookie.
No.
Need to see him play a little bit, but hey, he can't be any worse than Glennon.
Exactly. And for Tyreek owners like myself, we are hoping for, well, but okay. How much of it is him or John Fox? You know what I mean?
John Fox hates fantasy players.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Him and Belichick.
They both hate
they call each other and talk about it. Try to see how they can stick it to us.
They look at the start percentage, and whoever started highest, they just bench that person.
Go with the other guy.
Yeah, they go with the other guy.
Yeah. Oh, Gillislee's been playing well. Let's go with Deion Lewis.
Exactly. Yeah. Absolutely. The return of Cam.
Man.
Superman Cam is back.
Cam.
I mean,
good.
Part of it's against that New England defense, which hasn't really been able to stop a whole lot. But,
yeah.
I mean, I feel kind of bad. I mean, before the week started, somebody asked me who to start, if they should start Cam or not, and I said no.
Right.
I mean, he just hadn't shown anything.
No. Well,
he had no confidence, no accuracy, no nothing.
No.
And then all of a sudden, him and Devin Funchess look like the second coming of Montana and Rice.
Yeah. But we did talk about Funchess.
We talked about Funchess last week. I don't know if we were expecting that from Funchess.
Not that.
I don't know if I'd expect that every week from Funchess, but hey, I mean, that's a career day for him.
Yeah.
Julio Jones suffered from a hip flexor. As of right now, doesn't sound like he's going to miss any time.
Right.
Same game, they lost him and Sanu. Both of them went out. I mean, that led to the demise of the Atlanta Falcons losing to the Bills for the week.
Yeah.
Don't know about Sanu yet. It's a hamstring injury. He could be out multiple weeks.
Yeah.
But Julio does sound like he is going to play.
Oh, yeah. He'll be back.
I think they have their bye week in like 2 weeks. So if he can, he'll probably be limited this week.
Yeah.
He can get through this week, then he's got his bye week. And hopefully comes back strong.
Yeah.
Thursday night game, both Ty Montgomery and Jamal Williams went down.
Man.
I mean, all of a sudden, Aaron Jones becomes something. Ty Montgomery's got a rib issue. He's considered day-to-day. It would not surprise me. There's a few reports coming out today that he may sit out this week.
Yeah.
Nothing's for sure yet. Jamal Williams probably will be out for the week with a knee issue. But hate to see that. I mean, two in the same time. Everybody who was holding on to Jamal Williams when they saw Ty Montgomery go down, they got happy. And within like 5 or 10 minutes, they're like, wait a second.
Oh, no.
I lost him too?
Yeah.
It didn't take long. Dalvin Cook.
Man.
That's a tough one. I feel bad for this one. I mean, this kid, he's special.
Yeah.
I mean, he's part of that offense. I mean, he's the reason, one of the reasons that offense is so successful.
Yes.
Torn ACL likely. He's likely done for the year. I mean, I hate to see that.
Well, and it makes that backfield, oh man, really ugly because, and I don't think we actually have those guys on the waivers, but if somebody's actually maybe potentially looking at Latavius and McKinnon, don't.
Unless it's a really deep league, unless you're in a 12, 14, 16 team league, then it is. But like you said, I don't think we're going to really discuss much of them because I don't think either one of them are worth either a huge fab bid or a number one waiver wire selection. They're going to have a committee. They're not going to be what Dalvin was.
Yeah, Dalvin was special.
Mm-hmm. Neither one of these guys, they've had their chance.
Mm-hmm.
People are going to say, well, Murray's had 1,000-yard seasons and huge touchdown numbers.
Yeah.
That was in Oakland.
That great offensive line.
They had a huge offensive. I mean, Cook made this offensive line look better than it really is.
Yeah.
I don't think either one of these guys are going to come out and average 25 carries a game.
Yeah.
100 yards, just not going to happen.
No.
Devontae Adams, victim of that ridiculous hit by Danny Trevathan. He looked like he got hit by a Mack truck.
Yeah. That looked horrible.
That looked really bad. I'm glad to hear that he's. I mean, he spent the night in the hospital that night. He's back out. Seems to be okay. Yeah. He's in concussion protocol, obviously. Whether he plays or not this week, it still hasn't been decided. Derek Carr suffered from back spasms, is what they said.
Yeah.
There's other reports out there that there may be a little bit bigger of an issue. I mean, apparently Derek Carr and Marcus Mariota are like conjoined twins that have been separated.
Yeah.
Because Mariota went down yesterday, too, with a hamstring injury. Both quarterbacks went down the same day last year with leg injuries.
You poke Carr and Mariota says, oh.
Yeah, Mariota feels it. Don't know the extent of the Mariota issue yet. It sounds like he may end up missing a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Willie Snead hadn't even played yet. He scratched with a hamstring issue. Last night's game, Chris Carson. In garbage time, broken ankle. He's likely out.
Ooh, that hurt.
I mean, it's just one right after the other.
Yeah.
Jordan Matthews, wide receiver for the Bills, needs thumb surgery. He's out 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah. No hitchhiking for him.
No. There ain't a whole lot of anything going on there. But the Bills look good. And what's sad is, I mean, not that Jordan Matthews is a stud wide receiver, but everybody wrote the Bills off.
Oh, yeah.
Myself included, preseason. The last thing they need, though, is to lose more weapons.
Yeah, I mean.
Maybe a possibility for Zay Jones to get a little bit of an uptick.
Hopefully.
Maybe.
There's targets out there.
That's right. So, yeah, there's tons of injuries. I mean, a lot of fantasy lineups got affected this week.
Yeah.
There's a lot of problems. I mean, these are just the big names. Amir Abdullah tweaked an ankle in the fourth quarter. Yeah. Sounds like he's going to be okay, but I mean, now that the bye weeks are starting and the injuries are piling up, waiver wire is getting a little thin.
You really gotta focus when you're out there looking at the waiver wires. But again,
here's the bad thing too: is a lot of people. I'm not looking you in the eye here. I'm just looking. A lot of people spent a ton of money on Tariq Cohen, Kenny Galladay, stuff like that at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Now all these injuries are happening. And they ain't got no fab budget.
Yeah.
They ain't got no, huge amount of fab budget anyway.
Right.
If they do, they're diminished slightly.
Slim to none.
Yeah, but, you're going to have to be creative.
Yeah.
Work the trades, work the waiver wire, whatever you got to do. You need to restock.
Yeah.
Because this is not the last week of injuries.
No. It's just week 5, so it's still early.
Yes.
And again, I mean, it might be people out there, who are maybe 0-4 right now. So you got to make some positive moves.
Yep.
But don't get distraught. Don't get distressed. We're here to help you.
We got lots of names here to talk about.
Yeah.
None of them I think are going to be RB or wide receiver ones.
Right.
But, stopgaps, bye week replacements.
Yeah.
Somebody to put in there for the few weeks that your guy may be out. We'll get you a few names.
Oh, yeah.
And then make sure you hit us up on Twitter all week long. We answer tons of questions on Twitter for lineup advice. Anything from sending us screenshots of your lineup, we'll help you out.
Oh, yeah.
There's people out there to plug and play.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Who's the first one you got for the waiver wire this week?
All right. First guy I want to talk about, man, is Mr. Cameron Brate. I tell you what, that offense looked phenomenal yesterday. And, they run a lot of 2 tight end sets. O.J. Howard also was somebody that you can kind of, keep your eye upon because, he had a great game yesterday as well. But Cameron Brate, on 4 receptions, for 80 yards and a TD, it's pretty darn good. And Jameis loves the tight end. I'm not real sure what's going on with D-Jax right now. D-Jax he seems to be kind of out of the loop.
Wait for it.
Well, yeah.
Wait for it.
It's coming. So even in saying that, that whole offense is, and you get the muscle hamster back. So man, they're going to be looking pretty good. So you might want to get a piece of that pie.
That's
and
right.
Brate is looking very intriguing right now, especially with a lot of these injuries going on with the tight ends.
Yeah, I think Howard is the better athlete, but Brate has the trust and the chemistry with Jameis right now.
Yeah.
I mean, OJ's touchdown he had yesterday was huge, but he was wide open.
Yeah.
It was a busted coverage play that there wasn't a defender within 30 or 40 yards of him. I mean, he was over there by himself just,
waving,
waving at Jameis. So you take that away and he's just not involved. But he is the better athlete, in really deep leagues. If something happens to Brate, Howard's a fringe tight end one possible.
Yeah.
Just because Jameis does like his tight end so much.
Yeah.
One that was a little bit surprising yesterday, I guess it's a surprise because of his numbers. Mm-hmm. We were all talking about him for the weeks leading up to, but Andre Ellington in Arizona, he came out and had like 13 targets yesterday.
Yeah, man.
Caught 9 of them for 86, 5 carries for 18.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a huge chunk of work.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Hey.
I guess you just sucked the fantasy life out of the light bulb.
Yeah.
But no, back to Ellington. I mean, the dude's involved, obviously. David Johnson's going to be out for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
So Andre Ellington seems to be the quick check down for Carson. Mm-hmm. I mean, he, like I said, had 9 catches yesterday.
Yeah.
That's like PPR gold.
Yeah. I mean, well, a lot of people, don't remember because David kind of skewed their thoughts on the whole RB situation down there. But Ellington was he was the man a few years ago.
He just couldn't stay healthy.
So, yeah, I mean, I like him.
Yeah, Andre Ellington, if you got one of these running backs that maybe like the Chris Carson owners, Chris Carson wasn't highly drafted.
Right.
So you don't have that invested stock in him. Yeah. If he's going to be out for a while, swapping Carson and Ellington, it's not a bad
bad move. I'm going to tell you somebody I like, and he may be highly owned, but I'm just going to mention him anyway because of the fact that he hadn't been doing anything in the past few weeks. That's Tyrell Williams. In spite of the fact Keenan was phenomenal. He was a monster yesterday, racking up like 138 yards or something like that. But Tyrell, man, he's going to be that second option. Rivers is, of course, he's going to look first to Keenan, but later on they're going to have better matchups, and Keenan will be bogged down with better cornerback matchups. So Terrell is going to be floating out there, man. He's going to be somebody that is going to continue to be targeted. He had 5 for 115 and a TD yesterday, so he's heavily targeted. So I would look at Tyrell if he's not already picked up in your league.
Right. Which, like you said, he is. I think in ESPN leagues, he's in the 90s. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people may have given up on him, like you said.
Yeah.
The past few weeks. I mean, he just hadn't even looked like he was a part of that game plan. So.
Exactly.
What about Will Fuller?
Man, I like Will Fuller.
Will Fuller, almost positive he's not owned in your league.
Yeah.
Because this was his first week to play. Came out 4 catches, 35 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Another guy's name on this list, Deshaun Watson. With the injuries of Carr and Mariota and the bye weeks, Deshaun Watson is a good pickup for the week.
Yeah.
I mean, he is 283 yards, 4 touchdowns through the air, another 24 yards rushing, and another rushing touchdown for 5 total touchdowns.
Man.
Him and Will Fuller, that whole offense. Lamar Miller Miller came back out and looked like an RB1 all of a sudden.
Finally.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
That's what they brought him there for.
Yeah.
And it kind of looks like Watson has started to open up the whole offense. D-Hop looked great.
Yep.
Fuller looked great. Miller looked good. Kind of hurts the stock of Donta Foreman a little bit.
Yes. Yeah.
But, I mean, that whole Houston offense and defense yesterday put up 56 points?
Man.
I mean, they
almost an NBA score.
That's right. Yeah, that's like a March Madness tournament game score right there. I mean, it was bad, but, I mean, they look good. That whole offense... under Deshaun Watson, you can tell he's legit.
Yeah, man. And he's a solid guy, man. You know what I'm saying? He does a lot of stuff outside his community. Just a good kid, man. Somebody I love, fantasy in general, but just when you can root for somebody, who's a genuine, nice person. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, but he looks great.
Yeah, they both do. I mean, Will Fuller, definitely worthy of a pickup.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely.
Yes, indeed.
Deshaun Watson, bye-week replacement. Heck, I mean, going forward... You can make an argument for Deshaun Watson over some of these guys who everybody's just used to playing.
Yeah, I mean,
there's no reason why he can't be a top 12 to 15, at least 10 to 15.
Well, yeah. Going forward, and if he keeps his pace up, I don't see why not.
Yep.
And we mentioned this guy here earlier in the show, I think, when we were talking about the injuries. But Aaron Jones is another guy that I think people should look at. It depends on the situation with Ty this week. Jamal Williams, I think he's going to be out. Ty, I think they may keep him out just to be on the safe side.
Yeah, at least for a week or two.
Exactly. So Aaron Jones looked pretty good the other night, on a limited basis, but he came in and had 13 carries, I think around 49 yards, a TD. So if he can continue to get and Aaron Rodgers likes him, so he got 2 AAA runs in there.
AA Ron.
You know what I mean?
AA Ron.
So he might be somebody, especially if you're a Ty Montgomery owner, you might want to target him. I'm not saying that he's going to come out and be an RB1, but again, he could be just like a 1 week replacement, flex play, something of that nature.
Yeah, and we're going to get a lot of questions about Aaron Jones this week.
Oh, yeah.
Until all the news comes out about the time frames of Montgomery and Williams.
Yeah.
And this is what I plan on. Now, this is only Monday.
Yeah.
But this is what I plan on telling everybody is Aaron Jones is definitely worthy of a start if Jamal and Ty aren't playing.
Yeah.
But be prepared. If you go out and spend a bunch of your fab budget or your number one waiver wire on Aaron Jones, you may be disappointed.
Yeah.
Because once Montgomery and Jamal come back, he's going to take a step back.
Yeah.
That's Ty's job.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if there's anything he can really do to take Ty's job.
No.
But I can see in the future being a little bit more of a committee
to
try to keep Ty healthy and then working Jamal and Aaron in, together. It's not going to be somebody you go pick up off of waivers this week and he's in your lineup till the end. No. It's just not what it is. Great player.
Yeah.
Going to produce in that offense as long as he's given a chance, but that chance he's getting is going to be limited.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah.
What about, and this is somebody we got a lot of questions about too, Alex Collins for the Ravens, running back for the Ravens.
Yeah.
Looks explosive. Didn't get much of a chance in Seattle.
Right.
Baltimore likes him. Had 9 carries for 82 yards. Second week in a row. Identical stats.
Yeah.
It's a little bit skewed because 2 of those runs, most of those yardage came. He had a 50-yarder and a 22-yarder.
Right.
He's got fumble issues.
Yes.
Got a case of the fumbleitis.
Right. And it goes back to college. He had a lot of I won't say a lot, but he had some issues in college as well with fumbles. I like Alex Collins a lot. We talked about him before and everything. I think he'd be a good pickup. Someone you can keep on the bench. And just to kind of monitor, Harbaugh's come out and said, hey, they're not going to they love him and they like his production, but they're not going to tolerate, those fumble issues. So I can almost safely say if he ends up with another one this week,
maybe it.
It may be it. But they definitely like the kid. They like his explosiveness. Just the way they don't really. Terrence Westman is pretty much almost of none effect. Buck Allen's still hanging around.
Even him, he's kind of almost.
Yeah.
The whole running game is pretty much almost.
Yeah. So Collins he's the only one that's really showing any type of positive production, man, and that looks like an every down back. So yeah, he's definitely worth a waiver wire pickup. But like I said, just be cautious of that because all the talk is now, the coach staff love him, but they also have it openly admitted they're not going to tolerate any more fumbles.
Yep. What about the surprise? I guess it was kind of a surprise. The New York Jets decided that they love running the football.
Yeah.
Matt Forte gets hurt and goes out, and all of a sudden Bilal Powell and Elijah McGuire look like the second coming of thunder and lightning. Elijah McGuire, 10 carries, 93 yards, and a touchdown. Another 2 catches for 38 yards. Elijah McGuire, everybody's like,
who is that?
Who's that?
Yeah.
A lot of people. I mean, if you're really into fantasy football and you follow it in the stats, you know who Elijah McGuire is. But for those who are the casual player, they see the stat line and they say, "The heck is Elijah McGuire?"
Yeah.
Great talent.
Oh yeah.
Great talent. He just hasn't been given a chance until now. If Forte is out for a while, which this may kind of push Forte.
Maybe.
They may just kind of give him a gentle tap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if the kid gets a chance behind Bilal Powell, I mean, this kid is a stud. He could be a stud.
Right.
If given the chance. I mean, I know this is somewhat skewed because he had a big touchdown run too, but I mean, he's got the potential. The Jets don't run a whole lot because they're not in the lead a whole lot.
Yeah.
But if he's available, you got a bench spot, pick him up, stash him. Don't plan on playing him every week.
Right.
But he's somebody to look at.
Yeah, definitely, man. And like I said, going back to Bilal, man, he looked awesome as well. And I've always thought he was a good talent. He can run north and south, but he's more deadly, I think, catching passes out of the backfield. And McCown is a decent quarterback when he's not being pressured a lot. So yeah, I like both of those guys, man.
Yeah, they're somebody to look at. One that's probably a little bit higher owned than most of these guys because he's been involved all year long. But if he's not picked up, go grab Alvin Kamara quickly.
Yes.
Very quickly. This is the one back in that backfield in New Orleans that is consistently involved every week. I mean, we talked about, I think, in the show last week.
Yes, we did.
About how he's stepped into that Darren Sproles type role. Kid yesterday, 5 carries for 25 yards, had 10 catches for 71 and a touchdown. This dude is legit, and Sean Payton loves him.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to be involved every week. The Saints like to pass the ball.
A lot.
He likes to catch it.
Yeah. And, I think even coming out with this whole situation with Willie Snead, his soft tissue injury and everything, Kamara may morph into that other receiver that they've been looking for. Somebody's going to take the pressure off of Michael Thomas. So yeah, definitely, man. I like him. He looks really good.
Yep, absolutely. There's a few other guys we can sprinkle in there. I mean, after all these injuries we named, if Derek Carr, if you have a Carr owner or a Mariota owner. Don't go rush out to get their backups. There's probably something better out there.
Yeah.
Willie Snead, if you're counting on Willie Snead, sounds like he may be back next week. Wouldn't give up on Willie Snead.
Yeah.
Brandon Coleman's a good option.
Yep.
He's always involved. Chris Carson with his issue, I'm not going to say that Eddie Lacy or CJ Procise when he comes back.
Yeah.
There's nobody in that backfield I want to deal with now. I mean, Carson was pretty much it to begin with, and I don't think anybody else is that high of a priority. We've talked about Latavius and Jerick McKinnon.
Yep.
If you want to add one, you can. Which one? I don't think either one I can tell you is above the other. Right. I think Latavius may get more carries. I think Jerick McKinnon may do a little bit more with less.
Yeah.
They're both boom or bust.
Oh, yeah.
Look for that offense to start throwing a lot more.
Yes.
Diggs, Thielen, Rudolph.
Hopefully.
Yes, these guys are going to be the ones that benefit from it.
Yeah.
So now we're going to move into our – man, this thing got a lot of love last week.
Yeah.
So we're going to keep on doing it.
Yeah.
This is the new segment that we're going to call the – What the fuck? the What the F player of the week.
Yeah.
There's some every week.
Oh, yeah. Somebody.
Some big names, some small names, somebody that's going to surprise you.
Yeah.
Who is your What the F player of the week, Mac?
You know what? And I tell you, this dude, man, this is somebody, I was watching the game, and I was like, basically, what the? You know what I mean? I'm trying to keep it PG, but Eli Manning. And when I say this, I mean, he had a great game. Actually, he's starting to, really, really play well. Past 2 games, he had 288 yards in the air and 2 TDs. But the reason why I said that was when he took off running.
He's out there running. I remember watching the TV going, what the is going on?
Yeah. I was like,
who's that guy running? He looked like a dad chasing after a kid that's getting ready to cross a street without looking or something.
Yeah.
Like he just took off.
It was like a car wreck that you just couldn't.
You had to watch it.
You had to watch it, and he was like, this is going to end out bad. Somebody's going to crush Eli.
But he made it.
He made it, dog. I mean, I stood up and clapped. I mean,
that's got to be the longest rush of his career.
Yeah.
I didn't check that stat, but he was moving.
That was funny and awesome at the same time. Yeah. So that was because I literally said that.
Yeah.
When I was watching, I was like, what? Yeah. So Eli Manning, but on a lighter note, and if you're looking for somebody, if he's not owned in your league, maybe for a bye week, or if he could actually be a better option than what your start is now, because I think that offense is starting to click.
Yep.
Evan Ingram, Shepard, Marshall starting to look good.
Yep.
So, yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to go to somebody who's on my own roster. So it pains me to say this because I actually thought last week was somewhat of a turnaround.
Right.
And this week was going to be a prove-it game. But Sammy Watkins, what the was that? I mean, Sammy Watkins came out, 1 catch, 2 targets for 17 yards against Dallas, who a week prior gave up 13 catches to Larry Fitzgerald.
Yep.
Now, Larry Fitzgerald's one of the greatest of all time. Sammy is not, but 1 catch? That's it, 1? Goff threw the ball 36 times, and you only caught 1 of them?
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, dude. He is way too talented.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We should be way more involved than that.
Yeah.
Sammy Watkins.
Poor
What
Sammy.
the was that? That was disgusting.
That was pretty bad.
It was bad.
Yes.
But yeah, Sammy Watkins. Mine was more of a negative.
Yeah.
Yours was a positive.
Yeah.
But I think mine deserved the negative.
Yeah, yeah. Especially, like I said, springboarding off that last game he had, man. And
his matchups are only getting tougher. This was his last, I'm not going to say his last easy matchup.
Yeah.
But this was the last one before the road gets a little tough.
Yeah.
And he blew it.
Poor Sammy.
Man, Sammy Watkins. All right, guys. That was our waiver wire show for the week. Make sure you're watching these injuries throughout the week. Yeah. Some person we didn't mention, he didn't really show up on any injury reports this morning. Odell Beckham tweaked an ankle again. Make sure you're keeping an eye on it.
Yeah, yeah.
If Sterling Shepard's out there, go grab him.
Oh, yeah.
Never know. Never know what the late week, injury report's showing. So just keep an eye on everything. Stay tuned to us. Follow us on Twitter. We put stuff on Twitter about this stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Hit us up through Gmail. Find us on our website. Got our expert rankings coming up every Thursday. We'll get them posted up there from Fantasy Pros. Look forward to talking to you guys. Once again, thoughts and prayers go out to everybody affected by the Vegas shooting. We're here for you. You guys got any questions? Hit us up.
Yes, indeed.
Have a good rest of your week, guys.
All right.
Thanks.
Peace.